Hello and welcome to yet another news update here on Theme Park Worldwide. Now yesterday on the 25th of June 2020, Tayto Park in Ireland announced that they're going to be opening two brand new roller coasters in 2023. Now this is absolutely fantastic news for Tayto Park, as they've wanted to expand the park for quite a while. This isn't actually the first time they've applied for planning permission to build these two new roller coasters. They applied last year and unfortunately the application was rejected because of the environmental and noise impacts that will be made because of this. However, that hasn't actually stopped the park from reworking these plans and changing the layout of where these coasters are going to be situated in the park and the direction that they're going to face, meaning that now the application has been accepted and construction can start in 2021, ready for a 2023 opening. This is absolutely fantastic news, especially when a park really wants to keep expanding. We know with Tayto Park, they've put in so much money in the past few years into the park, the atmosphere that's created there, the new ride installations, and they've got so much there now at Tayto Park that it's great they've finally got this permission to move forward with this expansion and put in these two brand new roller coasters. And before I talk more in detail about these coasters that are going to be put in, let me just share some more facts for you about the project. So they've actually had to spend an additional 1.5 million euros on actually changing the design of these two coasters. So it's come at quite a cost to draw up these new plans and of course work out the environmental impacts and how they can reduce the noise in the park. So they're really dedicated at Tayto Park. It's clear they wanted to expand and they've done what they needed to. They've spent 1.5 million euros to be able to build these two new coasters. And you've got to bear in mind that isn't a cost what they would have had to have done originally if they got permission. This is actually in total a 15 million euros investment by Tayto Park. So you've got to think that would have been a little bit lower if they didn't have to make these changes. But 15 million euros in two brand new roller coasters for the park. And like I say, this is awesome news. It's nice and easy to get over there. Here, of course, from England, we can travel straight over there. We went actually back in 2015, and I'll talk more about some of the other stuff at the park a little bit later in the news updates. But yeah, great news, the fact it's so close to us to get to as well. And of course, for the people of Ireland, who can actually have two brand new coasters in a country that doesn't really have much in terms of thrills. So this will be great for them. And you may notice then I said thrills, and that's because we're looking at two coasters here, one for the thrill seekers and one for the families. So let's talk about this first coaster installation, and I'm actually going to show you some footage now and talk about two coasters that are actually officially opening to the public today, on the day that you're watching this news update. So this is quite exciting. So Tripsdrill in Germany have actually just bought these two same roller coasters from Vekoma, and they're actually opening them today to the public. Now they've done some previews and released videos on their YouTube channel, and that's where this footage is from. So thanks to Tripsdrill in Germany for providing this for us. But here's a little look at what we're going to be seeing. What you can see in action here is a Vekoma STC, a suspended thrill coaster, and this is actually the first one that they've built. Now we're all familiar with the Vekoma SLC, the suspended looping coaster. This is the STC, the suspended thrill coaster. It's basically a new version of the SLC that looks absolutely amazing. It's got the new track and support type from Vekoma. It's got a completely redesigned trains that look similar to their family coasters, and it looks like it'll be a really smooth and enjoyable experience, as we can see from this footage of the coaster that's going to be opening today at Tripsdrill in Germany. Along with that, we've also got another model that they've sold quite a lot of now, and that's their family boomerang coasters from Vekoma. In fact, we've got two here in England. We've got one at Paultons Park and one at Drayton Manor. So yeah, you know, they're a very popular ride type. They're popping up all around the world. Energylandia's got one. They're putting in a second one in the same park. And they're popping up everywhere now, these rides from Vekoma. And they're great, solid family rides. But what we're looking at here is both of these, and they're not just going to be next to each other on a piece of land. Oh no, they're going to interact with each other. And let's go back to the concept art just here so that we can see that. So if you look at this in a bit more detail, you can see like the station area just at the bottom of the lift hill there for the Vekoma STC. And then on the right hand side, we can see the station area for the family boomerang, and what looks to be an element that will actually interact with that station area. And it looks like there's going to be some sort of castle around it. I mean, this is only concept concept art you've got to bear in mind. We don't really know what the theme's going to be. I imagine there will be a theme because Tayto Park, you know, have started to go down that themed route with their previous installations. So with this, it looks like some sort of castle. Maybe they're going a bit medieval with this, possibly. But we can't look into that too much detail yet. It is just the concept art. But what we can see is how it's going to go in through the coaster is going to go through this station building for the family boomerang, and the STC will be just above it. So I really like the idea of that interaction that we're going to be looking at there. But in terms of what else we can see, some nice pathways around the area. I'm really hoping for some nice landscaping and theming, but I'm sure there will be. I really look forward to seeing what Tayto Park can do with this. And the fact that, you know, they've already, Vekoma have sold another one of these is fantastic news. And in terms of how it looks, again, I'll show you some more footage here from Tripsdrill from their 2 coasters. They look great. The STC, I think, will run really, really nicely. So I'm looking forward to hopefully riding that at some point in the future at Tripsdrill, and then we'll have a bit of an idea of what we can expect from the new ride coming to Tayto Park. In terms of a little bit about Tayto Park, this will actually be the 4th and 5th coaster installation there. Tayto Park is actually based on the Tayto crisps. They've actually got a crisp factory there as well, where they actually make these crisps, and you can go round the factory tour, which is quite something. So yeah, in terms of that, it's all based around Taytos, and it's amazing how they've managed to expand on the factory with this theme park. So yeah, there'll be the 4th and 5th coaster installations at the park. They've already got 3 already. They've got Kukulin, which is of course a wooden roller coaster that's manufactured by the Gravity Group. That's a brilliant ride. We rode it back in 2015 when me and Charlotte last went there. Great to ride it, especially seeing it being built and yeah, riding it in its opening year. That was the last time we went. That was our one and only visit to Tayto Park. So we're going to have to go again, and hopefully before this opens, but definitely once this opens as well. I'm sure we'll be making some regular trips over to Ireland because their lineup's getting pretty good. They'll have 5 coasters after this, and that's a pretty solid lineup, which is good to see. Along with that, they've got a Zero Force coaster there and an SBF spinning coaster as well. So family rides, this will be their first sort of steel thrill coaster. They've got Kukulin, like I say, the wooden coaster, but yeah, the fact they're going in with a big steel thrill coaster and a family as well, it'll all come together really nicely. So this is really exciting news. As you can tell, I'm really hyped about this for Tayto Park. The fact that they want to invest in the park, they want to keep growing, but they were being held back by the planning permission is such a shame. So it's nice to see that finally they've got that permission. They've managed to redevelop the area and the plans how it's going to be, keep them sound levels low, and put in these 2 new coasters. But there we go. Thanks for joining me for another news update here on Theme Park Worldwide. 2 news updates today. Check out my one from this morning talking about Splash Mountain and the re-theme coming to that iconic Disney attraction. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on all this news down below, of course, in the video comments. I'm Sean Sandbrook. Thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide. And that means it's time to cue those credits. See you in the next update.